The fog curled through the streets like something alive, winding itself around stone and iron. Gas lamps glowed weakly, their light softened by the mist as though the night itself wished to hide what was about to unfold. On Groner Square stood Hardcourt House, proud and immovable, its windows blazing with light and expectation. Inside, music filled the grand ballroom. Violins rose and fell in careful rhythm, and the room shimmered with silk gowns, polished shoes, and quiet ambition. Lady Eliza Harcourt moved through it all like a shadow that had learned to smile. Her pale dress fit her perfectly. Her hair was arranged with care. Her posture was flawless. Anyone watching would have thought her calm, content, perhaps even eager. Only Eliza knew how tightly her chest ached, how each breath felt borrowed. Her guardians, Lord and Lady Wintham, guided her from group to group, speaking for her, speaking about her, speaking of her future as though she were not standing beside them. She heard every word. Alliances, fortunes, security. And always the same name, Lord Peregrine Rookwood. Each time it was spoken, her stomach tightened. She smiled when expected, nodded when required. Yet with every passing moment, the life chosen for her pressed closer, the walls narrowing. At last, she slipped toward the terrace doors, desperate for air, for silence. They opened with a soft hiss. Cool night air brushed her flushed skin. Outside, the garden lay dark and restless. Branches scraped against stone. Clouds hid the stars. Eliza leaned against the railing, pressing her palms into the cold surface as though it might steady her heart. She thought of the marriage arranged without her consent. A union built on need, not care. A future where her name, her voice, her will would slowly disappear. Her guardians called it security. They called it duty. To Eliza, it felt like erasure. The terrace doors opened again. Two women stepped outside, faces half hidden behind feathered fans. Eliza froze, unable to retreat without notice. Their voices carried easily in the night. The Harcourts are fortunate, one said. After their troubles, any match is a blessing. And Rookwood, the other replied lightly. Well, cold perhaps, but such men keep their wives in proper order. Their laughter lingered long after they returned inside. Eliza stood still, heat burning behind her eyes. She would not cry. She refused to let shame claim her. From the terrace, she could see the courtyard below. Carriages waited beneath lantern light, horses shifting impatiently. Each carriage was a doorway to somewhere else. Her gaze fixed on one in particular. Dark, trimmed with brass, its windows closed. She did not recognize its crest. Something about it felt distant from the noise behind her. The ballroom doors opened again. Her guardians approached, pleased and certain. Lady Wintham took Eliza's arm, steering her back inside. Lord Rookwood will arrive shortly, she said. You must be ready. When he entered, the room changed. Whispers followed him as he crossed the floor, tall and severe in dark clothing. His eyes held no warmth, only calculation. He spoke of progress, of advantage, of obedience, of her future as though it were already decided. Eliza felt her breath grow shallow. Thunder cracked outside. Rain streaked the tall windows. The storm felt like a summons. Before anyone could object, Eliza excused herself. She moved through the halls with quiet urgency, footsteps soft against marble. When she reached the service corridor, her heart pounded with something close to freedom. She remembered hearing of a coach leaving near dawn. She paused only once, drawing strength from the rain, then slipped outside. The courtyard glistened with water. Lanterns cast warped shadows. A groom passed nearby but did not see her. She reached the brass-trimmed carriage. It looked finer than expected, but she could not turn back. She climbed inside and hid behind stacked trunks, the scent of leather and wood filling her lungs. Rain drummed above her. She pulled a blanket close and closed her eyes. She had chosen danger over certainty. The carriage moved. Hours passed. The ride smoothed as the city fell away. When she woke stiff and anxious, she realized the horses were far too fine for a merchant's coach. Fear stirred, but she remained hidden. At last the carriage stopped. The door opened. A man stepped inside, calm and unhurried. Come out, he said gently. I have no wish to frighten you. Her heart leapt. Slowly she revealed herself. He studied her with quiet curiosity, not anger. Then he spoke her name, as if confirming a thought. Alexander Blackwell, he said, Duke of Ashmore. The truth struck hard. She bowed her head, shame burning her cheeks, and begged him not to return her to Lord Rookwood. He listened. When she finished, he spoke with steady calm. He would not force her return. She would remain under his protection.
Relief nearly broke her. He offered his cloak. The carriage moved again. When they arrived, Ashmore Manor rose from the mist grand, calm, unthreatening. The Duke helped her down and assured her she was safe. She would stay as Miss Ellis. That night, exhaustion claimed her. For the first time since leaving London, she slept without fear. Ashmore settled into a rhythm that felt both foreign and gentle. Days passed quietly. Morning light filtered through pale curtains. No one hurried her, no one demanded her obedience. The servants treated her with warmth and respect, no questions, no judgment. She walked the gardens often, tracing gravel paths bordered by early blooms. Each step felt like proof she still belonged to herself. Yet unease lingered. She knew London would not forget her. Nor would Lord Rookwood. The Duke remained away for several days. His absence was felt in subtle ways, like the absence of an anchor. Eliza told herself she was grateful for the space. One afternoon, she wandered into the library. A book of poetry caught her eye. Inside, a note read simply, "These verses offered comfort in difficult seasons." She read until dusk, the words speaking of endurance and choice. They felt meant for her. That evening, rain returned. A servant appeared, breathless. "The Duke has returned." Eliza's heart raced. When she entered the great hall, she saw him travel worn, rain-soaked. His expression softened when he saw her. He told her Rookwood had begun searching, that London whispered, but no one yet knew where she was. They spoke late into the night. He told her he had begun challenging the marriage contract. "It will take time," he said, "but you will not be forced back." Tears burned her eyes. He made no promises of speed, no demands of gratitude.